Welcome. Today we are going to talk about how our body breathes. Our lungs are the main organs of the respiratory system. The lungs are present in the chest, on both sides of the heart, protected by a rib cage. The right lung is bigger and left lung is smaller, making space for the heart. The human respiratory system is divided into two main parts: the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract. The upper respiratory tract is comprised of a nose opening into the pharynx, followed by the larynx. The larynx opens into the trachea, which bifurcates into bronchi, which further divide into bronchioles, opening into alveoli. The lungs house these bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. This forms the lower respiratory tract. Now, let's understand the working of human lungs and the process of breathing. Every breath we take goes on a fascinating journey inside our body. Air first enters the nose, inside the nasal cavity. It gets warmed and moistened. Here, tiny hairs and mucus act like a filter, trapping dust and germs before the air moves further. Now, the air passes through the pharynx, a common passage for air and food, and then into the larynx or voice box. From the larynx, air moves down the trachea, which is held open by C-shaped cartilage rings, allowing air to flow smoothly. Now, the air enters into two bronchi, one entering each lung. From the bronchi, the air moves further into smaller and thinner bronchioles. Finally, the air reaches tiny balloon-like sacs called alveoli, each surrounded by a web of blood vessels. Here, the real magic happens. Oxygen from the air quickly slips into the blood and is picked by the red blood cells for transport across the body. At the same time, carbon dioxide brought by the red blood cells jumps into the alveoli to be exhaled. These alveoli are the little heroes that make breathing possible. So, the journey of air is from nose to pharynx to larynx to trachea to bronchi to bronchioles and lastly to alveoli. When we breathe in, our diaphragm, a muscle under our lungs, moves down and the chest expands. This makes space for air to flow into our lungs. When we breathe out, the diaphragm relaxes and moves up, and the chest gets smaller. This pushes air out of our lungs.